There are stars who flash for a moment, then fade. There are players whose names light up scoreboards but struggle to leave an imprint on the game. And then, there's Klay Thompson, a different kind of athlete altogether. He's not the loudest voice in the room. He doesn't need to be. Because when the moment demands greatness, Klay doesn't speak. He lets his game do the talking, and his game has said enough for a lifetime. Born on February 8, 1990, in Los Angeles, California, Klay Alexander Thompson was destined for sports greatness. His father, Michael Thompson, was a #1 overall NBA draft pick and a two-time NBA champion with the Los Angeles Lakers. His mother, Julie, was a Division I volleyball player. With athleticism embedded deep in his DNA and competition ingrained in his household, Klay didn't just inherit talent, he was surrounded by the blueprint for how to cultivate it. But even with a basketball pedigree, nothing about Klay's rise was handed to him. He was never the most hyped prospect in his class. He wasn't drenched in the media glow like others. And that's the essence of Klay's story. He has always let others underestimate him, right before he erupts and rewrites the narrative in real time. After a successful college stint at Washington State University, where he became the school's third all-time leading scorer, Klay declared for the 2011 NBA Draft. He was selected 11th overall by the Golden State Warriors, a pick that would change the fortunes of a franchise and shape the direction of a dynasty. In his rookie season, Klay showed flashes of brilliance. His jump shot was smooth, compact, and mechanically perfect, like it had been crafted in a lab. And even as a young player, there was a certain calmness to him, a quiet focus that never wavered whether he was 0 for 5 or 5 for 5. The Warriors saw the beginnings of something special, and they were right. By his third season, Klay had teamed up with Stephen Curry to form the now legendary Splash Brothers duo, a backcourt pairing that would revolutionize the game of basketball. Together, they stretched defenses, shattered shooting records, and redefined what was possible from behind the arc. But Klay wasn't just a shooter. He was a complete player, an elite perimeter defender, a selfless teammate, and the kind of competitor you'd go to battle with any day. What made Klay Thompson stand apart was his ability to disappear for 3 quarters, then explode in a way that made time stand still. Who could forget that iconic night in 2015 when he scored 37 points in a single quarter, hitting all 13 of his shots, including 9 three-pointers? It was basketball poetry, movement without hesitation, shooting without conscience, and rhythm without flaw. In just 12 minutes, he reminded the world that he wasn't just a cog in a system. He was the system. And that was only the beginning. Klay's performances in the playoffs, especially in elimination games, cemented his legacy as one of the most clutch performers of his generation. In Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder, with the Warriors facing elimination, Klay put on one of the greatest shooting displays in NBA history. 41 points, 11 threes, and a cold-blooded demeanor that refused to accept defeat. The legend of Game 6 Klay was born that night. It's not a myth. It's a documented warning to any team daring to push the Warriors to the brink. Over the years, Klay's role in the Warriors dynasty became undeniable. He was never the centerpiece, that title belonged to Curry, but Klay was the backbone. The stabilizer. The sniper who never flinched, the defender who took on the toughest assignment, the star who never sought the spotlight but always earned it. 3 NBA championships, 2015, 2017, 2018, came not only because of his scoring, but because of his selfless approach to winning. In an era of ego and branding, Klay Thompson stayed grounded. And then came the darkness. In the 2019 NBA Finals, while the Warriors battled the Toronto Raptors, Klay suffered a devastating torn ACL. Even then, moments before the injury, he had already poured in 30 points and was likely headed toward another legendary Game 6. He limped off, then returned to shoot his free throws, a gesture that symbolized everything he was: tough, fearless, and team first. Just as he was nearing a return, tragedy struck again. In November 2020, he tore his Achilles tendon, an injury that has ended many careers. 2 season-ending injuries. Back-to-back. For any other player, that would have been the end. But Klay Thompson isn't just any other player. He's a warrior, in name and spirit. For over 2 years, fans waited. The NBA missed him. The Warriors missed him. The game missed him. But throughout his rehab, Klay stayed resilient. He worked in silence. He rode in the middle of the ocean. He trained alone while watching his teammates from afar. He never asked for sympathy. He just stayed the course. On January 9, 2022, the moment finally arrived. Klay Thompson returned to the court after 941 days away. The crowd at Chase Center roared, the league held its breath, and Klay, like he never left, hit a mid-range jumper on his first shot back. That night wasn't about stats. It was about survival. It was about redemption. It was about love. For the game, for the grind, for the journey. And in typical Klay fashion, he didn't just come back. He came back better. He helped lead the Warriors to another title in 2022, his fourth championship, and perhaps his most emotional. After everything he had been through, he climbed back to the mountaintop. Not as a shadow of his former self, but as a vital contributor to a championship team. His tears during the post-game press conference said it all. This wasn't just a title, it was a triumph over doubt, injury, and time itself. Off the court, Klay Thompson is as unique as they come. He's a boat guy, a dog dad, a quiet soul who prefers the sea to the spotlight. He quotes literature, makes dry jokes in pressers, and carries a kind of chill energy that's both captivating and refreshing. In a league that's often defined by intensity and drama, Klay's vibe is different. He's the calm in the storm. He's found joy in simplicity, sunsets, peace, water. And in doing so, he's reminded fans that greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it flows. He's also a philanthropist. Through the Thompson Family Foundation, he's given back to communities, supported educational programs, and funded initiatives that support children and underserved youth. Whether it's helping communities in the Bahamas, his father's homeland, or mentoring kids in the Bay Area, Klay uses his platform not just for brand, but for good. Financially, Klay's career has been just as impressive. His max contracts, endorsements with companies like Anta, and long-term presence in one of the NBA's top franchises have secured him a net worth estimated at over $70 million. But even with that wealth, Klay's lifestyle isn't loud. He doesn't need the flash. His peace comes from balance, basketball, water, and being true to himself. As the Warriors look toward the future, Klay's role may continue to evolve. He's not the same 23-year-old flamethrower who once dropped 60 points in just 29 minutes with only 11 dribbles. But he doesn't need to be. Because what Klay brings, experience, calm, defense, and legacy, can't be measured just by numbers. He is the embodiment of what it means to mature with the game, to grow alongside it, to adapt without compromising who you are. The NBA has never seen a player quite like Klay Thompson. He's a rarity, a unicorn of composure and chaos, a silent storm who will smile while setting the world on fire from three-point range. He's the reason so many kids now wear number 11. The reason coaches yell, hand down, man down, a little louder when he catches fire. The reason fans in every arena hold their breath when he starts hitting shots in rhythm. And if you've ever watched him go on one of his famous flurries, where the ball barely touches the net, where he scores 20 points in a blink, you know it's more than just basketball. It's art. So here's to Klay Thompson, the quiet assassin, the comeback king, the splash brother who never needed the headlines but earned them anyway. He's played through pain, come back from despair, and given the game moments we'll never forget. He may not ask for your attention, but he'll always have your respect. If you've ever been mesmerized by a shooter on fire, if you've ever seen greatness wrapped in humility, if you believe in Warriors, not just the team, but the spirit, then don't let this tribute end here. Like this to honor one of basketball's most unbreakable spirits. Share it with someone who's ever watched Game 6 Klay take over. Subscribe to Star Hub for more legends, more moments, and more reasons to love the game.